Welcome to the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kelsey Kiesling.
And I'm Kendra Cook. Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest TV Translator Association.
If you have a news topic or event you'd like to see covered, give us a call. The studio number is 677-4119.
Today's show runs Wednesday at noon and is uploaded to our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page to watch on demand. Today is May 15th, 2019. And now, the News at Noon.
Reported in the Durango Herald, a Durango man accused of sexually assaulting a woman at gunpoint in 2017, a felony charge that carries a minimum of 16 years in prison if found guilty, is standing trial this week. Devin Ducky Bond appeared in a courtroom Tuesday at the La Plata County Courthouse dressed in light-colored khaki pants and a checkered light blue and gray dress shirt with trimmed slicked back hair to contest charges that he sexually assaulted a woman the evening of October 14, 2017, with two other co-defendants. James Thomas Zink and Anthony Israel Fitz pleaded guilty to second-degree assault and attempted sexual assault charges. A judge sentenced Zink to 14 years in prison and 10 years of probation. Fitz received 6 years in prison. Both co-defendants are scheduled to testify on behalf of the prosecution, according to opening statements made Tuesday. An official list of witnesses has been redacted and can be accessed with permission only from District Court Judge William Herringer, who is overseeing the trial, court officials said. Attorneys chose 14 jurors, 8 women and 6 men, after a nearly day-and-a-half selection process, and the trial is scheduled for 1 week.
Reported in the Journal, photo Jim Mimiaga. Congratulations to Susan Lysak, who has been hired as the new director of the Dolores Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Center. Lysak has a professional background in marketing and has been active with the Dolores and Cortez Chambers. She is Public Relations Director for the Rotary Club of Dolores and will take over as club president in July. Her role as Chamber Director is to promote local businesses and tourism. Some of her goals include improving the website, meeting each business owners face-to-face, and creating pamphlets and maps that highlight things to do in Dolores and the vicinity. Quote, "I'm excited to start working with businesses in the area," she said. "I will be managing the Visitors Center and helping tourists when they come to town. Creating town maps with all the businesses in town, parks, and trails is one of her plans." Quote, "That way a visitor knows where to go to eat and stay the night, where to buy supplies, browse a gallery, get coffee, or see live music," she said. Dolores has a lot to offer, but if a visiting family is unsure of where to go for fun, they may just travel on down the road. To get them to stay, they need a map showing where the river trail is, fishing access, and how to get to, quote, "the beach," a popular spot for swimming and boating. Highlighting the new McPhee Overlook Trail with its stunning views of the McPhee Reservoir is also important for the memorable visitor experience. Beyond town, of course, there are many places to explore, Lysak says, but the goal is to make Dolores the base camp they come back to each night. "We want to promote 1-day, 2-day, 3-day, and week-long itineraries," she said. As Chamber Director, she will also help organize local festivals, including the Dolores River Festival, Escalante Days and Nights, and the October Harvest Festival. Lysak was recognized as the 2018 Dolores Citizen of the Year for her volunteering enthusiasm, positive attitude, and organizational skills. She moved to Dolores in 2014 after a long career in the hospitality and marketing business industry in a bigger city. "When I moved to Dolores, it was part of my plan to get out of the corporate race and get more involved in the community," Lysak said. "This town has been very receptive, and I hope to work with everybody to keep Dolores a great place." She takes over the reins from former director Rocky Moss, who is the current Cortez Chamber of Commerce Director.
Reported by the Cortez Journal, Colorado's lawsuit against Purdue Pharma, the maker of OxyContin, is likely to end in a settlement that could give the state tens of millions to invest in addiction treatment, State Attorney General Phil Weiser said. Former Attorney General Cynthia Kaufman filed a lawsuit against Purdue in September, alleging the company misled Colorado healthcare providers and consumers about the addiction risks associated with opioid painkillers. Some patients who received opioid prescriptions went on to seek out other forms of opioids, such as heroin, which contributed to a high number of deaths related to opioids across the state, data show. Colorado is one of many states, cities, and counties to sue Purdue for damages related to the opioid epidemic. Weiser said he expected the case would be settled while he is in office. He cited Oklahoma's $200 million settlement with Purdue as proof. It is possible Purdue could reduce its liability by filing bankruptcy, an option the company has floated, according to national media outlets.
CPR reported that beer sales have spiked after 3.2 beer is gone. Photo Brennan Lindsley, AP. Colorado beer sales set a new monthly record in January when grocery and convenience stores started stocking full-strength and craft beers. It wasn't clear how Colorado's beer market would respond. New numbers offer the first piece of evidence. Sales jumped 20%. CPR uses the taxable gallons number from the State Department of Revenue as a proxy for sales volume. The state reports it taxed 9.8 million gallons of beer in January. That's 1.6 million more than January of 2018. Some experts predicted that adding about 1,000 new locations to sell full-strength beer would grow the overall market. Others feared that buyers at large corporate outlets like Safeway or 7-Eleven with limited shelf space would narrow beer choice, putting some smaller brewers out of business. That could still happen, the Colorado Brewers Guild said it was too soon to say. For decades, Colorado limited full-strength beer sales to independently run liquor stores. They limited it. Grocery and convenience stores could only sell beer with a maximum alcohol content of 3.2%. As craft beer rose in Colorado, sales of 3.2 beer in grocery stores shriveled. With a 3.2 cap removed, grocery and convenience stores can now sell the craft brands that dominate in Colorado. Independent brewers worried chains would eventually discontinue stocking some of the craft selections, but with big chains entering the market, liquor stores also have much to lose. Many located over the years next to supermarkets to offer what stores like Walmart or King Soopers couldn't. Still, many will thrive on wine and spirit sales, which have been stronger over the last few years as many consumers have fallen in love with whiskey in Colorado.
According to the Durango Herald, Colorado oil and gas regulators are outlining some of their first planned rule changes under a new law that makes public safety and the environment their top priorities. The Oil and Gas Conservation Commission will meet with industry representatives and others Wednesday to discuss revisions. The first proposal deal mostly with administrative procedures, not drilling. But they reflect the Commission's new marching orders by adding language about health, the environment, and wildlife. The session is billed as a stakeholder meeting to hear public comments, and no decisions are expected. It could take years to fully implement the law. Under the previous law, the Commission's top priority was encouraging production. The new law reflects increasing fears about safety as a booming oil field overlaps with fast-growing communities in northern Colorado. And now let's take a look at the weather.
So how about the weather these past couple of days? Beautiful and warm, and we have another warm day on tap for today, Wednesday. Mostly sunny with a high near 76, southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming south-southwest tonight. Partly cloudy with a low only around 48 degrees, south-southeast winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Then Thursday again, mostly sunny with a high near 76, but that darn wind is set to pick up. Breezy with a south wind of 10 to 15 miles an hour, increases to 20 to 25 miles an hour in the afternoon, and now with gusts as high as 40 miles an hour. That wind comes in ahead of Thursday night's 20% chance of showers after midnight. Mostly cloudy with a low around 44 degrees. It continues overnight to be windy with a south-southwest wind 25 to 30 miles an hour, and those noisy gusts to 40 miles an hour, decreasing throughout the night, however. And no more snow in our forecast for right now. And into Friday, there remains a 30% chance of just showers with thunderstorms also possible in the afternoon. Partly sunny with a high near 58 degrees. South-southwest winds around 15 miles an hour. Friday night, a chance of rain showers before 3 a.m., then a slight chance of rain and snow showers are still on for Friday. Some thunder is also possible, mostly cloudy with a low down to 37 overnight. And into Saturday, it'll be sunny, mostly with a high near 59 degrees. Saturday night, partly cloudy and a low to 40 degrees. And Sunday, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, partly sunny with a high near 61 degrees, 61 degrees. And Sunday night, a chance of showers and thunderstorms mainly before midnight, mostly cloudy with a low around 40. And then Monday again, a slight chance for showers, mostly cloudy with a high near 58 degrees. Monday night, a chance of showers, mostly cloudy, and a low to 38. And now back to the news.
According to the Cortez Journal, crude declined after topping $66 a barrel last week as a key Russian pipeline began resuming shipments and global oil flows appeared undisturbed days after tougher U.S. sanctions against Iran kick in. Futures slipped as much as 1.3% in New York on Monday. Russia said it solved an oil contamination problem that halted some shipments to Eastern Europe last week. Waivers that allowed China and several other major buyers to purchase Iranian oil will expire May 2nd. has expired May 2nd, cutting off a significant source of supply. Meanwhile, U.S. President Donald Trump renewed calls on OPEC to pump more crude. We are still getting weighed upon by the various commentary from President Trump and the calls on OPEC to raise output, said John Kilduff, partner at Again Capital, a New York hedge fund focused on energy. Crude touched a 6-month high last week after the White House announced the end of sanctions exemptions on Iranian crude. Investors are waiting to see whether Saudi Arabia will ramp up production to make up for any supply shortfalls after Trump said on Twitter he had spoken with suppliers about boosting oil flows and that all are in agreement. Saudi Energy Minister Khalid Al-Falih said last week that the world's biggest oil exporter will cater to customers' needs but doesn't see the need for an immediate response to the Iran situation.
First CBD food truck to hit Denver, that according to foodtruckoperator.com. The La Huatal Burgers and Tacos food truck is the first in Colorado to offer a full menu of CBD-infused items. The truck held a grand opening this past weekend, according to a Denver Channel report, and was founded by Chef Chito Areola. We've got the only food truck in the state of Colorado that serves a full menu with CBD, a full spectrum of CBD, Areola told the media outlet. I thought it would be really cool to just have a secret sauce with CBD in it, and you can order anything on the menu with CBD. They use the finest quality, locally sourced local ingredients and promote farmers and ranchers from the Mile High area and all across Colorado. There are burgers and tacos, all local sourced and organic, and you can have your food with or without the CBD. The CBD oil is added to the food items upon request, according to the report. It's a flavorless CBD oil, so it won't change the taste. The truck is located at 2740 West Alameda in Denver and will be open from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. on weekdays.
From the Durango Herald, a little wiser and with an even greater appreciation of the importance of details, the Cloudbusters Animas High School's rocketry team will return to Washington, D.C. this week to compete in the Team America Rocketry Challenge. The team has been together for 4 years, and the 2019 competition, which will be held Saturday in the Plains, Virginia, about 50 miles west of Washington, will be the Cloudbusters' second time to make the national finals. Practicing at an elevation of around 7,000 feet presents distinct disadvantages for the team, which must compensate not only for the greater air pressure at the lower altitudes of Washington, but for the higher humidity in a town that's not too affectionately called the Swamp. Team members have set up a GoFundMe page to help finance their trip. They have collected $3,160 with a set goal of $15,000. As of now, team members will have to come up with their own airfare. Rules of this year's competition, the criteria of the rockets, and the flights change every year. Were made to honor the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 11 moon landing. Teams will have to take 3 eggs up to 856 feet and bring them down safely in a flight that lasts between 43 and 46 seconds. The 3 eggs will represent the 3 astronauts aboard Apollo 11, Neil Armstrong, Edwin Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins, the command module pilot who never got the opportunity to stroll the lunar surface. The altitude goal of 856 feet is meant to honor the first Armstrong, the time Armstrong became the first man to walk on the moon at 8:56 p.m. Houston time, July 20th, 1969.
Colorado Opportunity Zones. By the way, all of Dolores County is qualified as an OZ for encouragement of investors. This is reported from the Colorado Sun. The map is courtesy of COEDIT. Opportunity Zones, the federal designation which was part of the massive tax plan in December of 2017, encourages investment in distressed communities nationwide, which includes 126 census tracts in Colorado. Investors can take their profits from other investments and put it into an opportunity fund. If they commit to a community for 10 years, they can defer taxes while the communities benefit from the new investment in properties, businesses, and neighborhoods. But investors haven't lined up, and the process is confusing to most and still changing. Interest is high, but actual activity is unclear. Only a handful of other projects in Colorado are publicly known, including apartments in Lakewood and warehouses in Aurora. Some folks are still trying to figure out how to structure their funds based on rules first released in October by the Internal Revenue Service. There is no model for investors or interested businesses to follow. After some confusion, the IRS updated guidance on April 17th. It's not the magical solution to fundraising that everyone was throwing around in November, said Lawrence, a Stanford University-educated scientist who studied the magnetic fields of other planets. Finding investors is like dating. I lead with the value of my company. The opportunity zone is the icing on the cake, he said. The investor community is still buzzing about the potential of what it means to put money in an opportunity zone. So here's how it could work. If an investor sells off Apple stock and makes $10 million, he must pay taxes on the profit. But if he puts the $10 million in an opportunity zone fund and keeps it there, taxes on the $10 million gain are deferred until 2026. And if the investor decides to keep the money in the same place for a decade, and if the property's value also increases to, let's say, $30 million, the additional $20 million growth is tax-free. But this tax incentive isn't for everyone. Even if they are working in an opportunity zone, it doesn't help lower the cost of a project. Profits aren't guaranteed. A business could go under or shrink over the years, diminishing potential financial benefits. An investor also must pay taxes if they pull out too early. Despite the complexity, state officials say that opportunity zones have brought new interest in properties overlooked for years, said Jana Persky, Opportunity Zone Program Director in the state's Office of Economic Development and International Trade. Obviously, the goal is to attract projects that will help communities and residents get the capital they need, but beyond that, we're seeing places that aren't used to getting investor attention are now getting it by virtue of being in an opportunity zone. They are now on the map, Persky said. That helps people scan the entire state and not just the Denver and Boulder corridor. People are finding them even if it doesn't end up being an opportunity project. It's good that those conversations are getting started.
From the Cortez Journal, Wayne and Melody Semler, ranchers in Bayfield, were selected as this year's Cattlemen of the Year by the La Plata-Archuleta County Cattlemen's Association. At the association's annual banquet last weekend, the Semlers were honored for their deep roots in agriculture in La Plata County, according to the news release from the association Thursday. According to the announcement, the Semlers homestead was honored as a centennial farm in 2013. Wayne and Melody graduated from local schools, the announcement said. Over the years, either Wayne or Melody have served in various community roles, including La Plata-Archuleta Cattlemen's Association president, serving on the La Plata County Fair Board, the La Plata County Farm Service Agency, the Pine River Heritage Society, and the 4-H Council advisors. The Semlers have also hosted a farm tour for a Bayfield Elementary School kindergarten class each spring since 2002. The announcement said the Semlers could not immediately be reached for comment Friday morning.
And today's High Canyon Country happenings. May 18th, Stop Drunk Driving Donation Yard Sale will be starting at 8 a.m. in Monticello. Many of you know that they strive to never allow anyone to drive drunk at the Granary Bar and Grill, so they give their patrons free rides home. They've decided to purchase a larger vehicle to make that easier. So they're hosting a donation yard sale so that they can help offset the cost and maintenance of this new vehicle. We are hoping to have people donate items that we can sell at our yard sale, so we may continue to offer people rides home. The safety of our community is very important to us, and we hope that you feel the same. Please help us make this ability available for everyone. If you'd like to donate something, please contact Benjamin Breedlove or Crystal Breedlove to do so. We are not looking for you to offload trash, they say. Yard sale will be held in the Granary Bar and Grill parking lot. Come out and help support them. You can also text them or call them at 801-910-6898. May 17th to the 19th, starting at 2 p.m., Spring Cleanse Women's Retreat will be hosted at the Yoga Art Lily Rousseau and Sophia Retreat and Event Center. A weekend of total rejuvenation, this Women's Spring Cleanse Retreat includes yoga, meditation, a Kichari cleanse, Ayurveda education, a cooking class, and lots of self-care. Lily Russo will facilitate yoga twice a day, classes on Ayurvedic self-care routines, Abhyanga, and how to make khichdi, the wholesome, delicious Ayurvedic meal. The cost is $425. You can visit them online at lilyrussoyoga.com to register. And May 19th from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., the 8 p.m. to 11 p.m., the music will be by JS3 at the Dolores River Brewery. The tickets are $15. The John Stickley Trio is a genre-defying and cinematic instrumental trio, which combines Stickley's innovative flat-picking guitar with the sultry, spacey melodies of Lindsay Pruitt on violin, along with classically trained and heavily jazz-influenced drummer Hunter Deacon to create textural soundscapes. And all of the happenings are posted on our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, along with the YouTube replays, weather, original stories, and local posts, so you can get all that information straight. And to share your event or information, please contact us by email at dcbnnews@gmail.com, or you can call the station 970-677-4119.
Thanks for tuning in. News at Noon airs at noon Monday through Thursday and then is available online on our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page on demand.
Be sure to like us there on Facebook and join in on the news of our area. And of course, please share it with a friend.
For Kendra Cook with DCTV and the News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, USA, I'm Kelsey Kiesling. Thanks for watching.